Did you call bank? I called game.
What's up, Pack Nation? It's Pack Gaming here. I got a couple comments of y'all telling me that I should do the top 5 best rebounders in NBA 2K18. And at first I was like, well, that's not going to be too interesting. So I started doing some tests. I realized I think some of you are going to be pretty surprised with the answers. So I'm going to let you know how exactly I did this list. You're probably thinking, well, I could figure that out. All I have to do is go to all players and then check the rebound rating and see who has the best rebound rating. But that's not how that works. See, 2K doesn't work like that. Just because you have one rating that defines rebounding doesn't mean that's the only thing that goes into rebounding. There's a lot of things that go into rebounding, and I looked up online every single thing that matters, and I added them all up and then divided them by however much it was to get like a official rebounding rating. And then I got the 5 best ratings and made this list. So let me tell you what those ratings were. First was obviously offensive rebounding and defensive rebounding. The next ratings were boxing out and hustle, and then it was vertical and strength, and then the last one is one I had to basically make up, and it was height rating. So you might be thinking, height doesn't matter. It does matter, actually. Height is actually really important when it comes to rebounding because you're already closer to the ball in the air. I already looked this up. Trust me, I made sure this was accurate. So the taller you are, the better chance you have at rebounding the ball. So before this list even starts, I do want to mention one thing, and you're all going to disagree with me, but I'm saying don't blame me. Blame 2K. Dennis Rodman is not on this list.
You what?
Yes, he has 99 offensive rebounding and 99 box out plus a 98 defensive rebounding, but he is a shorter player. His vertical and strength were lower than most players on this list, and that alone made his rating just go down, and it stinks, I know. He actually made it to 7th place, and then it was Dwight Howard at 6th. It is what it is. Honestly, we all know he's one of the best rebounders ever. So just because someone is the best rebounder, or someone is the best at something, doesn't mean they're the best at the game. The game does not translate 100% in real life. And that's what this video is trying to prove. So Dennis Rodman, in the game, competitive wise, is not the best rebounder. So now to get this list started, at number 5, it is Wes Unseld. Wes Unseld is a very short player, the shortest player on this list at 6'7", but he has 98 across the board when it comes to rebounding and boxing out. He has, I believe, a 98 hustle. He has a 96 vertical and 98 strength. He is really good at rebounding. He has an average rating of 96.1. And Wes Unseld is actually kind of like a cheat code in this game. People actually kind of know him in my team. He's really good at dunking and getting putbacks. So even rebounding, he's really solid at it, even at his height. The next is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the GOAT to some people. This is the Bucks version, all-time Bucks version of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He has 98s across the board except for his vertical and strength. His strength is a 96, and then his vertical is an 88, I believe. There you go, 88 vertical, 98 strength, sorry. So that's the only reason he goes down. He has an overall average rebounding of 96.1. Career-wise, he averaged 8 rebounds a game, and the only reason why it's 8 rebounds per game is that these seasons they didn't record rebounds, but he was getting like 17 rebounds a game. Well, that was with the Lakers, but 14 and 15 rebounds a game with the Bucks. That's a pretty good amount. And technically he is tied with Wes Unseld for 5th, so they're both 4th place with an average of 96.1 rebounding. The biggest thing that probably helped Kareem is that he's 7'2". He's just so tall. I mean, he's actually one of the tallest players on this list. He actually, no, sorry. He is the tallest player on this list, which is probably why he made it to 4th place. The next on this list is Bill Russell, the player with the most championships in NBA history, at a 98 overall. He is only 6'10", which is one of the shorter players on this list, but that doesn't change the fact that he's good at everything else. His vertical's a 98, his strength is a 92, his hustle's a 99, his rebounding, boxing out, and offensive rebounding are all 98 overall. He basically has like a 98 overall, flatline, and then his height. That's the only reason he goes down. He has an overall rating of a 96.2, so only 0.1 higher than Kareem and Wes Unseld. And that's no real big surprise. I mean, look at, they may not show you his stats from his later years, but 24.1, 24.7, 23.6 rebounds a game. That's insane. If anyone were to ever do that right now, it wouldn't even be fair. Think about it, even with the 4 seasons not being counted, he still averaged 15.8 without those 4 seasons average. That's crazy. And then at number 2, it is his rival Wilt Chamberlain, Wilt the Stilt on the Warriors all time. This is the best Wilt Chamberlain rebounding wise in the game. He is 7'1", very tall and very long, He has a 99 box out, 99 defensive rebounding, and 98 offensive rebounding. One of the only 99 defensive rebounding in the game. His hustle's a 98, his vertical's a 97, and we all know how strong he was, 95 overall. Again, another player that has so many high 90s in every single category, plus he's tall. So that's probably why he was above Bill Russell, is because he not only had the same amount of stats, he was even taller. So that was why he probably passed Bill Russell. He had an overall rating of 97.1. He was averaging 20s, just like Bill Russell. 27 rebounds, 25 rebounds, 24 rebounds. Just insane amount of rebounds. And we've made it to the last player at number 1. It is the cover athlete, Shaq. So Shaq is 7'1", we all know that. He has an average rebounding rating tied with Wilt Chamberlain at a 97.1. But the reason why we made Shaq number 1 is because of his strength. Let's go all the way to his strength real quick. He has a 99 strength, which would make it impossible to push him out of the way to get the rebounds. He's just too big, too strong. He also has a 95 vertical for his size, his 98 hustle, insane, and 98 rebounding across the board. See, it's just insane. We can look at his stats real quick, but obviously they're not as impressive as the other players. Currently in the modern age, it's not easy to get reboundings like back then, but 13, 11, 11, 12, you know, just easy. He averaged 10 rebounds a game, and that was even with his bad seasons. But that is it for this video, guys. I'm sure y'all disagree with me, and that's okay. I mean, I'm just gonna do the thing I always do. I'm gonna be like, blame 2K, but I kind of see where this list is coming from. Obviously Dennis Rodman's one of the greatest rebounders ever. I feel like they gave everybody too much hustle rating compared to Dennis Rodman, in my opinion. That's why his rating was so low. And if height didn't matter, he'd probably be in it. But who else did I miss? Leave it in the comments below. If you like my channel, please give my channel a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.
Did you call bank?